Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? I'm doing well. And, ooh, the moon card. Ready to get into this reading. We have the moon card. As always, she is elusive, vague. But also, when I see the moon card, I'm thinking of also outer space. We have the Knight of Swords, which I won't lie to you, feels very out of place. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, oh wow, now we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Emperor at the back of the deck. Now that I'm, sorry, looking at it, I can kind of see where the Knight of Swords would come into play with the moon. Hold on, let me just sit with this for a second. Okay, okay, I'm going to explain to you what I see. So, what I see is it's almost like the Knight of Swords is running on land atop of the moon card, atop of the energy of the woman in the moon card. It's almost like, so there's definitely two people in this reading, and the Knight of Swords is an energy that is go, go, go. We can't see their face. We don't know where they are. Obviously. But it's like, if you can imagine, this is how I'm seeing this, where this Knight of Swords, like this is where the Knight of Swords is, running across this land. Also, even look, the white and the black, the white and the black. And this energy, whoever this is, feels like an energy. This feels like this could be a subconscious connection. Wow, 222. This could be a subconscious connection. I will say that this could be a soul connection, especially now that the High Priestess is also here, and then the Emperor. The Knight of Swords feels like a person of action. Especially with the Emperor. So what I'm picking up on is that both of them, both characters here, both people here, are guided by what they are feeling. There's deep feeling, which triggers reaction and movement here. Now, how the Knight of Swords is triggered is this feeling, which is subconscious. I'm not quite sure these people know who each other are, and I'm not quite sure they can see each other. What they see is what they feel, and it's guiding what they are doing. What they are doing is in response to each other without really knowing each other exist. They can only energetically feel that each other exist. So the Knight of Swords moving in a specific direction with such a haste, with such fast pace, is because of this calling that comes from deep within. It's because of a subconscious feeling that is guiding them to go in a certain direction. You could even consider that the subconscious feeling. You could consider the wolves as the Knight of Swords. They are howling to this moon. This moon is this feeling, this connecting center. Now, the woman in the moon card, who is also the High Priestess, also feels this subconscious feeling, this subconscious pull, how this person reacts to this feeling is by diving deeper into it, by immersing themselves into it, by intuitively connecting to the energy and picking up on it and receiving from it and communicating with it. So both sides of this, both people communicate and respond back to these energies, respond back to this energy, this subconscious connection that's being represented by the moon. The way that the Knight of Swords responds is through movement, through action, through going in a specific direction. You could argue that the direction that this Knight of Swords is moving in is the direction that will ultimately land them in the same space as this woman in the Moon card, as this person who represents the energy of diving deep into the energy. Now, you could also argue that the way that the High Priestess energy, or the energy that dives into the energy, how they respond, which is through immersing themselves in the energy and intuitively communicating, telepathically sending messages, whatever. However, their response will ultimately put them in a position where they can also find alignment with this person eventually, because they are intuitively, they can really sense where they are, or they have an energy that draws this person in. It feels like, because I don't think that the High Priestess person really has to go very far or has to move in a direction to meet this person. It feels like an energy where, because they immerse themselves, they drench themselves in this subconscious energy, it's like they give themselves a scent, and the Knight of Swords is able to pick up on that scent and put all of their energy towards moving in the direction where they smell that. They smell that energy and they can find them. And the High Priestess is like, you can find me through, I'm going to feel this way. I'm going to feel like the energy that you're feeling feels, because I submerge myself within it. All right. What a connection. Wow. Okay, so I was taking the Emperor off to put him next to the Knight of Swords, because I believe the Emperor and the Knight of Swords are one side, and then the Moon and the High Priestess are another side. And look what's behind the Emperor. The Lovers. And I mean, doesn't really get any more clear than that. I'm going to put that right at the center of this reading. This feels like a soulmate reading if I've ever seen one. This is like obviously, because of the subconscious connection, these are two people who are deeply bonded, and I'd be shocked to imagine that they already know each other, just because this feels like an intuitive connection, an intuitive sense. And they might not even know that they are doing things with the intention. They might not have the intention of, like, the High Priestess energy. They might not be submerging themselves in their subconscious with the intention of attracting somebody else. They could just be really into the intuitive. They could just be very intuitive and very into deep diving into the metaphysical. But it's this energy that they deep dive into that's actually the same energy that calls this Knight of Swords forward. This Knight of Swords could be moving in this direction, thinking that they're just going about their life and that this is the path they're on, not necessarily following a certain call to meet a partner. But that is what they're doing. It's a strategy. It's a divine strategy. These two people are on a divine plan. The divine is over this story right now. And so it doesn't matter what the people do. Either way, it fits in with the divine plan. Wow. This is a protected union, for sure. For sure. Okay. Run to the river. Never would you dance. The Hanged Man. Waiting. How long will you wait? This is like a connection where you feel the same things. Like, you literally feel the same things. You experience the same things. When you're feeling stressed, they're also feeling stressed. But you wouldn't know that. But like, you share an emotional center. Like, you share feelings. Whatever is part of your soul represents how you feel, that is shared with this other person. So when you're stressed, they're stressed. When you are activated and motivated, they are activated and motivated. Doesn't matter what's activating them or motivating them. You could be activated by completely different things, but it's happening at the same time. You're running on the same time. You're keeping the same pace. Ultimately, when you two come together, this will be a union that forms a family. You work really well together. You work really well together because you match each other's speed and you really understand each other. You run the same race. You run the same pace. And even though you're so similar, I think you can also bring a balance. Bring a balance to each other because you understand. You can read each other's minds. This is a connection where you don't have to say too much in order to know what is being felt or what is meant. A lot of communication happens without speaking. I also think that you'll have a child. And I think that that child will also really be a reflection of your alignment, a reflection of your connection. But it's like the sun and the stars and the moon. It just works. It's very beautiful. I want to make this longer because, I'm nosy. But I'm like, should I just leave that there? Let's see what Spirit thinks. Spirit, anything else to say in regards to this message? We have the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. First of all, I think you should know that your heart is protected. But I think that we're leaving it here. But you should know that your heart is protected and that this union is assured. It's assured, it's protected. And the call is being received. Just know that. The call is being received. Whatever messages you're sending are being received. When you call out to them, they feel that. So also, if you want to connect with this energy, all you really have to do is tap into your heart center and speak or feel or express, and they will feel your love. And if you are the intuitive high priestess side, you can probably communicate with this person, despite what you might think or despite how crazy that might sound. You can probably talk to them. And I would give it a shot. I would. You probably can relax them, calm them. I think you have a telepathic connection. I would give it a shot. You might surprise yourself. Okay, bye.